This is the process shot. I'm Michael. I'm stuck in a haunted movie theater, and I've seen La Plongeuse, a short animated comedy from Iulia Voitova made back in 2018. It's got no dialogue, and there's hardly a narrative, but there's still plenty to take away in this short story of a swimmer whose training regimen becomes a bit too much to handle, leading to extreme fatigue. Thankfully, with the help of a skilled masseuse whose methods of healing are interesting but effective, she's able to recompose herself in due time. As she moves on, the masseuse does as well, and the cycle continues. But not the short. That's where it ends. Again, there's not much to it at all in its narrative and story. It's more of a single extended scene with an initial setup, followed by the real action, capped off with a short epilogue. There really isn't anything to talk about in that respect, because there's nothing to remark upon, though that's not to say that the short says too little and becomes confusing for it. In fact, pretty much everything that you need to know is given to you visually, from the sheer amount of training the swimmer is put through, to the ways in which the masseuse soothes her. The visual storytelling in the short is actually rather spectacular, given both the streamlined narrative and the simplicity of the actual imagery. The animation is done through painted paper cutouts, which adds a layer of dimensionality and physicality to each shot, not to mention that it's further used to illustrate the aches and pains that the swimmer is feeling. There's even more than a few occasions where the otherwise realistic perspective is broken in favor of creative expression. The colors used are pretty interesting, with the swimmer and her primary environment given a somewhat muted palette, while the masseuse is a bit more saturated in his art design, but otherwise I'm not sure if that's symbolic or coincidental. The music is definitely a highlight as well, with a jazz sound timed very well to the actions playing out, adding another layer to this storytelling. Overall, the short may not be truly fleshed out, but it does still have a good amount of creative potential to its name, and anything more like this would be highly welcomed. La Plongeuse, Iulia Voitova, 2018. 4 stars. I'd recommend giving it a watch for sure. That's it for this review. If you liked it, leave a like. If you have something to add, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. This really is a nice short. Comfy, even. Do people still say comfy? I hope so. This is comfy.